Is there a chance you're going to wind up in prison?
Yeah. I can handle it. I got great applause when I went to the prison. I did. When I went down to the prison in Georgia, this is before they found out about Fanny's extracurricular activities. They were all applauding me and telling me what to do with her. Can't tell you what they were telling me. But they didn't like Fanny and they liked Trump and me. They were applauding like crazy. Then Trump went the next day. I went the first day to sort of see how bad things were, and Trump got even a bigger round of applause. I don't know what that is. That got me nervous. But the honest truth is, I don't think I'll be going to prison. See, he's leaving now because he's afraid I might go to prison. No, but I don't think I'll go to prison. I think the two cases that would, Fanny's case is one of them, that would send me to prison. That case has got to go. The other one is the one in Arizona where they were going to indict the president, but they pulled him out at the last minute because they thought they were now helping. They thought by indicting him so much, they were helping him, so they pulled him out. And that case I know the least about. I also should tell you that it wasn't my main role to get those electors. That was somebody else's theory, and I helped out, but it wasn't my main role.
When does the book come out?
Book should come out in about a month and a half.
And this is the Biden crime family.
It really lays out, like I would do as a lawyer, what an easy trial this would be. If you wanted to prove that they took about $51 million in bribes, which is the most bribe money anybody could even think about. Like now that I go back over my old cases that were legendary, I'm embarrassed. They were doing 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. It was like chump change. I think they're going to come out of the grave and haunt me. Like Vice President Agnew took $4,000 in the White House. Biden must be there laughing, $4,000.
So this is the Biden crime family, and it is the blueprint for their prosecution.
This was done when I thought I would get a chance to prosecute him, but maybe now I can do the rest of the family. It might be easier to prosecute with him not in it because the political part of it is, out of it. But that case would have about 20 defendants. They all participated in it. You don't make 50 million and you just make it by yourself. The key piece of evidence is Hunter saying, I gave 50% of my salary for 35 years to my father and paid all of the expenses of the house. But that's just the beginning of it. One last example that I always thought was very critical. Biden was making a big deal out of, I never talked to my son about his foreign dealings. In 35 years, I never talked to my son, and I never talked to my brothers, and I never talked to... Meanwhile, they're making millions, and they're a close family. All of a sudden, he gets this is mostly text messages and emails. It's not mostly telephone calls. But they also do have some telephone calls that were left on telephone messages. And there's one that Joe calls his son the night of a Times article outlining all of Hunter's alleged illegal dealings in China. Joe leaves a message saying, I read the article. Immediately, there goes the lie. I didn't know anything about his foreign dealings. He read the article. He just found out all about his foreign dealings. And don't worry, I think you escaped it. But we'll talk in more detail tomorrow. So the escape it, you can do your own interpretation about. That sounds to me an awful lot like the way gangsters talk. Don't worry, we escaped it. But the first part is deadly because he says that for 30 years, and nobody believes it anyway. So you don't need a lot of proof to prove it. Even when I argue with Biden people over this, they say, well, he has to say that. But saying that is what's called a false exculpatory statement. And that would hurt a lot at a trial. And then, of course, when you bring in all the evidence of the 30 or 40 people he had dinner with, he's got little notes in his accounts in which he says that was a great dinner with some Chinese communist spy. I really had a good time with Bettina Batterina, who gave him $3.5 million. She's the biggest female oligarch in Russia. And she's the only one who's never been sanctioned, even though she's way up on the list. But she threw in $3.5 million.
And all this is covered in the book. You talk about
all of this is covered in the book, covered in the hard drive. So the book is a combination of what I obtained before the hard drive, where I was on my own, and then what's in the hard drive, which is, much more easily believable and provable because it doesn't just come from me and my witnesses.
Right.
And the two things completely match together. And also, the thing that should eventually be investigated that maybe is not even more important than why did they cover it up? Why did the FBI cover it up for 16 months? Why did Bill Barr cover it up? Does the fact that they covered it up, what kind of confidence does it give you in their ability to investigate the attempted assassination of the president? And worries the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Worries the hell out of me. My partner, Bernie Kerik, came to me a year and a half ago, and I have a closer relationship with the president than he does, although he loves him too. And he said to me, you got to go talk to him and tell him, they've done everything else. You and I know criminals. We've had to deal with them all his life. He doesn't. These people are capable of killing him. They want this so badly. I said, I know that, Bernie. He said, does he know it? I said, I think he does. He said, well, go talk to him about it. And I did. And he does know. But, what do you do? He wants to be president. You can't go run in a basement and win. Well, unless you fix it.
No, don't need to fix it. Thank you for being here today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.